Hello everyone, and welcome to Interactive Horror Stories. I found this game on Steam, and that's all I know. English. Right. I love interactive horror stories. Well, let's start from the top. You are a single mother. Your daughter, Lisa, is an intelligent girl who doesn't have any friends. You buy her a rag doll. Soon Lisa will claim that the doll can talk. And this is just the beginning of your nightmare. Can the doll be really possessed as Lisa claims? If you're stuck, you can see our Facebook post about how to get the good ending to the story. Oh, I thought we were already playing. The doll. As a single mother, you know how hard it is to look after a 13-year-old girl. Hard, but still joyful. Her presence gives you all the strength you need. Her name is Lisa. She is a shy girl. She doesn't talk much. You got divorced 3 years ago, but he cheated on you with his secretary. Lisa misses her father, but you don't allow her to see him. She adores her father, but you think he's an asshole. Let your girl see her father. Lisa is a special kid. Her teacher once said that she is too intelligent for a girl her age. But you already knew it. Her reactions are unexpectedly mature. She is also hardworking. You expect perfection from her. Her teacher told you that you must take Lisa to a psychiatrist. You will do it soon. She's a lonely girl, maybe because she doesn't talk much. You think that she needs friends. So you bought her a rag doll to soothe her loneliness. You bought the rag doll from the local toy store. Not an expensive toy, nothing too fancy. Lisa might still like it. You know that expense doesn't make Lisa happier. The doll is a girl with big blue eyes and curly black hair. She has a wide grin that you can call friendly. Her dress is red, matching her shoes. She also has eyebrows. The named doll waits for her new owner in kid's bedroom. You haven't brought Lisa home from school yet. It's Friday. Not a sunny day. The sky is covered with gray clouds. You are driving your car. Lisa sits on the next seat. The seat belts are worn tight. She looks from the window blankly, without any expression on her face. You remember that the math exam results were going to be announced today. How were the exam results? Were you able to make any friends today? How about your rag doll today? I'll continue driving. I won't care for this one. Lisa sighs and says, Terrible! I am in the 7th in the class, not first like the previous exam. I know you will be mad at me. I didn't study enough. Yeah, it's okay, darling. She looks at you with a slight surprise. You always scolded her whenever wasn't the best. Now you say it's okay, darling? She continues watching the cars passing by. Were you able to make any friends today? No, she says with a determined voice. Oh, no, she says with a determined voice. They are just idiots. For example, they see the other classes in the school as enemies, as if they were an enemy nation with a different religion. I mean, it is still silly to be enemies because of race or religion. These morons in my class hate each other just because they are different classes. Continue driving. You finally arrive home. A doll is in your bedroom, Lisa, you tell her. Oh, I thought it was supposed to be a surprise. She climbs up the stairs slowly. Apparently, she's so excited about the doll. You follow her to her bedroom. She picks up the doll that's on her bed. I will think of a nice name. But I have got homework to do first. Play comes after study. Yes, study. Don't go hard on yourself. So you leave Lisa alone in her room. You've got a lot of work to do anyway. Not only will you cook, but you also need to work on a novel's cover illustration as a freelance artist. The deadline is close, so you work hard nowadays. You work all day. The only break you take is at the dinner. The dinner. You don't talk about anything during dinner with Lisa. I'm having issues. It's 2200. Bedtime for Lisa. You visit Lisa before she sleeps. She's in her pink dotted pajamas. She's holding the doll in her arms. Mom, I'm going to tell you something, but you won't believe. In a few seconds of silence, she speaks. The doll can speak. She told me her name's Anna. Go on. Lisa explains. Anna said that she was nothing but a piece of light. A light that's drifting in absolute blackness. A weak light in an infinite darkness. She found life in this doll. She's waiting in a toy store for a friend. Lonely. And today she found me. She says that she loves me. I really need... And what did you tell her? Lisa smiles. And I said that I will be her new friend and I will always love her. She continues. And then she told me that she was happy. Happy like the times when she used to be an angel. That sounds like some sort of... I don't know the word I was thinking of. Some sort of trick being pulled here. Yeah, I believe you. We need to throw that doll away. No! I don't want to be thrown. She's my friend. Please don't. You feel like the doll is staring at you too. Okay, you can keep your friend. Lisa doesn't show her emotions usually, but this time you can see that she is surprised. Oh? Thank you very much, Mom, she says. You kiss her goodnight and leave with Anna the doll. Because of all the hard work, you begin to feel tired, and you go to bed. It doesn't take long for you to fall asleep. A few hours later, you wake up to the sounds coming from the outside. Traffic, birds chirping, neighbors shouting at each other. You hear hysterical laughter coming from the garden. They belong to a girl, specifically Lisa's. You stand up and look outside the window. You can see Lisa standing and laughing in the garden under the pale moonlight. Oh, it's still night. She's facing back. You can't see her face. Let's go to the garden. You climb down nervously. You wear shoes and walk to the garden. Lisa doesn't react to your presence. You approach Lisa and put your hand on her shoulder. She turns her face to you. It is not Lisa's face. It is not even a human face. The texture of the face is a gray rag. The eyes are quite big for a human. So is the wide smile. The voice changes. It doesn't belong to a girl now, but a demon. She stares at you and laughs. You wake up. It was just a nightmare. You're all sweating with terror. The morning has already broken. Decide to check on Lisa. Lisa is sleeping peacefully, hugging Anna. Anna is carrying that wide smile that annoys you now. But hey, it is normal. It would be terrible if the doll's face was different than how you bought it. You go to the kitchen to prepare a weekend breakfast. You usually make omelet with sausage on Saturdays. You will repeat that habit today. You're in the kitchen. You take the sausage and eggs from the fridge. You need to slice the sausage. So you open the drawer to pick up the meat knife. Something is wrong. The knife isn't there. There's a knife in the kitchen. Look inside the garbage bin. For some reason, you look in there. You couldn't find a knife inside the garbage bin. You search the knife everywhere possible, but it's in vain. So you decide to use another knife to prepare the omelet. After you have prepared the omelets, Lisa wakes up and joins you in the kitchen. There's something funny about that knife. Let's look in the garbage bin first. You eat the breakfast with her. She doesn't look so happy. There is an uneasiness on her face. The meat knife is missing. Did Anna speak again? It's a study day. No play. Don't ask anything. She did not speak today, but she kept changing her facial expression. Sometimes she looks so happy, sometimes not. She is frowning. There's anger in her face. I can't understand her. Lisa continues eating their breakfast. The meat knife is missing. It is strange, Mom. I have no idea where the knife went. Well, she hadn't really done anything wrong to say no play. It is weekend. Breakfast is over. I need to study math, said Lisa, then climbs up to her room. You also need to work on the novel cover. You're both busy now. Which is saying that, now the doll has freedom to wreak havoc. Get its evil plans working. This demon that claims to be a former angel. It is evening now. I just realized there is no sound in this game. Of course, interactive novel. As you work on the cover, you hear screams from Lisa's room. You rush to her room. You find Lisa standing and breathing in panic. Her arms are full of stitches. She did it! Lisa screams, showing her heavily wooden arms as blood leaks down to the floor. She jumped and ran away. Lisa points to the open window. Her arms are full of stitches. Like they're putting stuffing inside her? Because like the doll has stitches. You look outside. You can't see any running dolls there. Maybe because she ran away. Or it is too dark outside, or Lisa is lying. Want her to harm you, Lisa. Slap. Well. You crouch and hug Lisa. As she cries, I know how hard it is to blame you now. Thank you for believing in me. Believing me. Please, I want to stay alone. I know that she won't come back. Why would you want to stay alone? So you let her stay alone in her room, after closing the windows and locking the door. You make sure that no doll can trespass. You get into your own bedroom, next to Lisa's room, so you can hear her in case she needs you. It is 3 o'clock a.m. now. It's raining outside. Lightning striking and lighting your dark bedroom. You haven't slept. You don't care about the freelance work you got. All these events make you too stressed to care about business. You see Lisa's silhouette at the door. She walks in. Lisa turns on the light and approaches you. Mom, I need to confess something. The doll was not possessed or anything. I made it up. I really need to get psychiatric help. I feel like Hugh urged to murder you. Please help me. You hug her. You had done parenting failures before, but it is not too late to fix them. And your mentally ill daughter. The end. There are 2 possible endings. Well, let's get the other one. I used to be more of a douchebag here. I'm a good mom. Play. Okay. I bet you I didn't say this last time. Oh, that's nice, thank you, she says. There isn't any excitement in her voice. We'll continue driving. Yes, study. So you leave Lisa alone in her room. You have got a lot of work to do anyway. Not only would you cook, but you also have a Well, that's impossible. Anna says that she was nothing but a piece of light. A light that was drifting in absolute darkness. And she loves me. Don't be ridiculous. I know it's very silly, Mom. I think you will see I'm right soon. Anyway, good night. Lisa! Lisa! You shout out, but she can't hear you. Or she just doesn't care. Either way, she continues laughing, and you have got nothing to do but go near her. I'm going to read only the parts I haven't done before. You search the whole kitchen. No drawer is not looked into. You even looked in the fridge. Not to mention the garbage bin. Oh, so the knife isn't there either. There's only one place you haven't looked inside. The garbage bin. You open the lid. This is Saturday, but okay, Mom, I will work hard and be better. Then she looked away. She might be hiding her thoughts. She's not such a vocal girl. I slap her. You slap your daughter so hard that she hits the floor. She starts crying on the floor, crawling into a fetus shape. But she doesn't say anything. You leave the room with anger, and you don't visit Lisa until again tonight. Oh, Lisa is holding something behind her back, but you can't see it. She approaches your bed and climbs it and comes near you. Whew. With a sudden move, she stabs a meat knife in your belly. You never trusted me! She stabs you once again. You didn't allow me to live my childhood. She keeps stabbing your body with insanity. I hate you, Mom. I hate you. These are the final words you hear as your own daughter repeatedly stabs you and commits matricide. The end. I like the one I had better. Really. Let's do one more. After Funeral is a modern gothic horror story that takes place 3 days after your son's burial. You receive messages in your computer. Those claim to be sent by your son's soul. He says that he wants to be with you once again, and he asks you to do a few things in order to be resurrected. Will you believe in the messages? You used to be a father. It has been 3 days since your son Jonathan White was buried in the graveyard of the local church. He was 8 years old. He had golden hair and blue eyes, just like the beloved man in the Carpenter song, Close to You. As your wife passed away giving birth to Jonathan, and says he has been your everything, he was your angel, and now he is gone. He died on a snowy winter morning. You had gone to market, leaving him alone at home. When you arrived at home, you found Jonathan lying on the bed motionless. His face was covered with his pillow, choked, or rather suffocated. Police couldn't find any trace of trespassing. You clearly remember the solemn moments of Jonathan's funeral. In fact, you tried to forget, but the details are in front of your eyes, and they won't go away. The priest had intoned psalms and prayers those you are not so familiar with. You're not so religious. While the lifeless body of your son laid in the church, his feet were turned to the east. He was wearing black suits and shiny shoes. His skin was pale. He was way too young for all of this. You wish it was you lying there instead of him. I like the artwork. Like the day Jonathan died, it's a snowy day in all of Ohio. There are 3 inches of snow outside. It's 1400 now. You're a writer who has been on writer's block since that day. Another writer. Your favorite word processor is open in the computer. The screen is blank. You haven't written anything for a long time. Sorry, last person was an artist. This one's a writer. There are cigarette butts in the ashtray and your black, hot coffee in a blue cup on your work table. You chain smoke and consume a lot of coffee nowadays. As you're sipping your coffee, doorbell rings. Yeah, let's open the door. You open the door. It's Bob, your neighbor and friend. You had drunk beers and had barbecue with him for several times. Bob is a nice guy. He's overweight, has short black hair, and has no facial hair. He wears a dark blue jacket and black beanie. Any more details? Hey, how are you? I wanted to ask how you been. I'm still depressed. Bob replies, I can't imagine how hard it is. Never had kids, but I had a cat when I was younger. I loved her as my daughter. Then I had to bury her to guard myself. It's tough. I know how much you lived out of him. I am shocked like you two see him gone. Bob continues, I ain't going to the market right now. Do you need anything? Remember you are out of cigarettes. Yes, I need cigarettes. Oh, you need cigarettes? He puts his hand in his pocket and pulls out a pack of cigarettes. Maybe I am my friend for doing this, but anyway, I'll take this. I'll buy myself another pack in the market. You take the pack that has 10 cigarettes inside and thank him. It has approximately 10 cigarettes. Okay, man. See you later. Say goodbye to Bob, too. Then he goes. You close the door and sit back on your work table. You look at a computer screen that should have been blank, but no, it is not blank. Something is written. Daddy, I missed you. Shut up, Jonathan. Type Jonathan. Turn off the computer. You type Jonathan at the computer. The new letters get appended at the text in the screen. Whoever types it, he, she, it, writes fast. When they are finished, they form 2 sentences. I can hear you, Daddy. Talk to me. After you shout your deceased son's name out, new letters appear and form a reply. Yes, it is me. Well, we have 2 ways to communicate with him. You are not a computer engineer, but you know that it is possible to hack someone's computer, put a prank on him if the computer is online. The computer is connected to the internet with an Ethernet cable. How is it possible, Jonathan? Good Lord said I should be together with you. He said I love you, and you love me. So you sent me back. Oh? I am so afraid, Daddy. It is cold and dark. I am so cold here. Please bring me back. Do you want to see me once again? Oh, yeah. 5 candles, and we wait for the midnight. Bye for now, Daddy. You have got only 1 candle at home. You normally use a candle when electricity is gone, so you didn't need more than 1 candle before. What will you do? You say you didn't have electricity cut out a lot. Ask Bob for candles. Why, isn't he still at the market? Well, I guess you don't need him there. So you wear your long beige coat and black leather boots and walk to the market to buy 4 candles. Then you return home. I like how specific this is. At home, you wait in front of your monitor. Nothing happens till midnight. Then a new message appears on the screen. I am back, Daddy. Did you bring the candles? Yes. Good. Let me explain how you can bring me back. Go to the cemetery and dig my grave. Bring my coffin home. Oh, yeah. Okay. We shall speak again once you break my coffin. You know it is insane what you do, but you get prepared to get outside. You wear your coat and get outside of your home. It's snowing like hell, a cold interpretation of hell outside. The sky has a bright purple color, illuminating the night with the help of a full moon behind the clouds. You get in your car and start it. The streets and roads are empty. There's only you outside in this hour of night. Does it take long to arrive at the church and its graveyard? Graveyard is covered with snow and gray mist. No lights come from the church. Either there is nobody inside or the priest is sleeping. How can you sleep there? That's good. You can't be seen while digging your son's grave. You find the graves of your son and wife. Jonathan White was buried next to his mother. There's an unoccupied area next to them. You will be buried there when your time comes. It's quite sooner than he thinks. You search for a shovel. You find it in about 10 minutes. You're ready to dig the grave. Dig the grave. You start digging Jonathan's grave. After 6 feet of digging, you reach the little wooden coffin. Climb down and carry the coffin up. After that, you climb up and carry the dirty coffin to your car's back seat. You had never done something this bizarre before. After you reach home, you get off your car and carry the coffin home. Luckily, there is nobody around. You drag the coffin to your living room center. You don't care about the floor getting dirty with soil. Thank you, Daddy, gets written on the screen. Now put the candles around my coffin like a star. Okay. You carefully place the candles around the coffin. Make it at the center of a star. You light them with your lighter. Now read these aloud, Daddy. A lonely goat on the mountain. He is thirsty. Thirsty for humanly love and affection. I shall give him the water. You read the lines. A lonely goat on the mountain. Oh. And the coffin starts to shake. Yeah, that's a pretty simple ritual. The coffin's lid gets open slowly. It's not going to be him. You see Jonathan opening the lid and rising up. His skin is pale, almost white. You can smell the rot of his undead corpse. He was wearing a black suit you couldn't forget. He stands on his feet and smiles at you. Then he steps outside the coffin, away from you, without saying anything. And he does something you wouldn't expect from the dead. He dances. He dances with joy. Well, what did he? If he was authentically Jonathan, after half a minute he stops dancing, stares at you. His eyes are still blue. Take me in your arms, Eddie. Take me to the bathroom. I want to show you something. It is impossible not to obey what he says. You feel his presence dominating the room, overwhelming you, and it is impossible to say no. You crouch down to take him in your arms. You carry him to the bathroom. You bring him to the dark bathroom, turn on the light, and get horrified by what you see in the mirror. The boy's reflection is different. His skin is burnt, like coal. Jonathan had an innocent and handsome face, and the face you see so far from being pleasant. It is like a really old man's face, who's also very ugly, and he has no hair. I always wanted a daddy like you, says the eldritch abomination you hold in your arms. The end. There are 2 possible endings. Alright, now let's go for the more sensible ending. Like last time, I'll just do the parts I haven't done. After funeral. Oh. I still open the door. The doorbell rings once again, but you don't respond. It's probably Bob, your neighbor and friend. You feel an urge to wash your face, despite the cold day. Your face somehow gets sweaty. After washing your face, you look at your reflection in the mirror. You notice that your eyes got red, mostly because of crying and being sleepless. You use sleeping pills, but they don't always work. You turn back to your work table. Turn off the computer. You turn off the computer and the monitor screen goes black. Then, nothing else appears on the screen. Well, I guess the shit is off. You don't find anything to write in your novel, so you don't need to turn on the computer once again. And yes, also the text disturbs you. You don't experience anything supernatural during the rest of the day. At night, you take your sleeping pills and fall asleep. You're having a vivid dream. You see Jonathan in a garden with green grass and colorful flowers. He runs around them with happiness. And angels. There are white-dressed angels around him. Everyone is smiling. You are now a part of his dream. Jonathan doesn't see you, but you are still content with seeing him happy in his Eden. He was always a benevolent boy after all. He deserved to go to heaven. You went up to the sound of the doorbell's ring. You take a look at the clock. It's 10 o'clock a.m. You wear your slippers and open the door. It's Bob. Hello. I need to tell you something. He holds a newspaper in his hand. There's anxiety on his face. Check the newspaper. It's Ohio's local newspaper. The whole state. Another kid choked to death. Officers are investigating the curious case of repeated deaths of kids in the state. Yesterday night, a 6-year-old boy, Kevin Madsen, was found dead in his bed by his parents. His face was covered with his pillow. What makes it interesting for officers is this is the 7th time a boy died this way this month in Ohio. Like the whole state. Recently, an 8-year-old Jonathan White also died with a pillow on his face. Sheriff Cott says that he finds the recent events quite interesting. There are 2 possible endings. Well, okay. But the others, I'm gonna go back in here. You see, I've read more endings. Let's open the door. It's good that you do better, fam. You're right. No, throw the kid as hard as possible. I'm sure you'll get what you're a strong man. No, thank you. Okay, then. See you later. Jonathan. Pull the Ethernet cable. You try and shine and frantically pull the Ethernet cable from your computer. You expect that nothing else will be written, but no, you're wrong. I am in the computer. Okay. I don't think it's right. What? Are you sure, Daddy? You are not Jonathan. What, you pile of shit? I hate you, you son of a bitch. hate you. I'll rip your wife's rotten corpse. The glass of your monitor gets broken by itself. There's a large crack on the screen that has gone black. You won't be able to use a computer anymore today. After the scary, annoying text you receive, you no longer experience anything supernatural today. You want to market to buy a new pack of cigarettes. You need them today. You don't want to write anything. You can't do it, even if you want to. You need to buy a new monitor first. It's midnight and you decide to sleep. So you take your sleeping pills. It takes 1 hour to fall asleep. You see your deceased pretty wife in your dream. It said that she's not pretty anymore because she's a rotten corpse. A skeleton, to be exact, lying within her coffin. You can't expect much to be left from her body after 8 years of death and decay. What makes this dream worse is the fact that she is moving. She writhes inside the coffin. You can feel her pain and despair from how her body parts are moving. You woke up to the sound of the doorbell's ring. You take a look at the clock. It's 10 o'clock a.m. You read the newspaper again. Wait, let me see one more time. That's all the rest. Thank you. Okay, Jonathan. Okay, let's continue. Let's play along. Go yes. Ask Bob for candles. You wear long beige comb black leather boots. You walk to Bob's house and ring the bell. After 10 seconds, he's probably sitting there waiting for someone to knock on it. Bob opens the door. Hey, what's up? I need 4 candles. I received. You explain Bob everything that happened today, including the owner of the messages asking for 5 candles. Bob looks quite surprised. I think someone's pulling a prank on you. I don't really believe in ghosts or something like that, but if I were you, I would not do what he wants you to do. Are you still sure you want the candles? Yes, I want them. Very well, let me bring the candles. Here you go. You thank him and take the candles. Then return home. Yes, I did. Good. Let me explain how you can bring me back. Oh, what? Wow! Good luck once the beat's cut. Don't you want to bring me back to life? A little far as I can, but I think it's as far as I can go. Okay. Well, I'm gonna finish with these 2 stories. The grammar here is like a little off. Grammatical errors and whatnot. Let's see. The doll. I like the first ending to the doll. The one where she said she made it all up. And that she needs to use psychiatrists and everything. You don't normally get an ending like that to a horror story. One that's more, not logical, more realistic. After funeral, that's okay too. Well, next time I will take the next 2 or 3. Until then, I will see you later.